Yo guys, what's up? It's been a while since my last video, and next week Sentinel from Power of Exile version 3.18 is going to release. Finally, after the long wait, I think everybody has been like on a holiday from Power of Exile. And yes, the patch notes are actually already out, so for those of you that did not read them or are just too lazy to read the entire patch notes, here is just the TLDR or the important things you might want to know as a casual player. Okay, so first of all, I have the reference links for the patch notes if you want to read the entire thing. The Sentinel content if you want to just have a look at the webpage of it. And the live stream if you haven't watched, which is the one that Chris Wilson has been sharing since the release of the Sentinel video. Other than that, this Google spreadsheet, I will link it in the description below. Okay, so let's just start. Okay, so first of all, you will need to know or understand the Sentinel Mechanics. So in short, it is just some cute, small little floating machine, alright, that buffs the monsters you are going through the map. So literally, the more it buffs, the more rewards you will get, from what I understand. And these are just a few of the examples of the Sentinels, alright? There are 3 different Sentinels. There are unique ones also, I didn't include here, but this is how they look like. I think the 1010 or the 88, the numbers here, is the number of users you have. Alright, and then there is also a Sentinel skill tree. They call it the Sentinel controller, alright? And just for short, let's just call it the skill tree. And the skill points are kind of like called filaments. At this point, I'm not sure exactly how you will get them. Maybe you know every Sentinel you use finish you get 1 point. I'm not sure. But as you link more, the better rewards the Sentinel will give you. So like if you see all these small little notes, right, they'll probably have like 10% increase more rewards from your Sentinel. Buffs the monsters more but gives you maybe 30% more reward and something like that, so on and so forth. Alright, so that's it for the Sentinel mechanic. Really not sure how it goes, but when the league starts, let's just see how rewarding is it. Okay, and next will be the new currencies. So the new currency basically is just to fuse this Sentinel for better ones. So yes, you fuse 2. And yeah, they have mods on them, alright. Maybe the picture is too small. You can go into the spreadsheet and see for yourself. The cores are basically the new currency, and they are ascending downwards in terms of which core is better, alright. So power core is the more or less the most not so strong one. Okay, I don't know how to phrase it. And augmenting is like the strongest of them all. You can see that the changes, the difference, right, is probably the last line of it. Like the resultant or item is modified unpredictably, and then you can see augmenting power core. The resultant item is modified unpredictably with a higher chance of a new random modifier. So it's like a exort, I think. It's like exort, a combination of the Sentinel plus throwing an exort into it. Okay, I will not read this. And there is new skill gems. There is new insane skill gems and unique gems. Alright, so the new skill gems is basically your quality, quantity, and your enlightened gem in the awakened form. Okay, so like the awakened and power support, it plus 3 to the supported active skill gem. So this is basically like a level 4 empower, right? I think so. This is a level 4 empower. I don't know what's the difference though. So yeah, enlighten, we all know this, and the cost and reservation multiplier at level 4 seems to be 88%. Okay, this also looks like the same as a level 4 enlighten. I'm really not sure. Okay, I'm really not sure. I hardly use them. And then you have the enhanced support as well. So enhanced support is at level 4, you have 24% to quality of supported active skill gems. And basically the 3 new unique jewels is a new thread of hope. Okay, basically it is the same thread of hope, just that they added a new ring to it, which is called massive ring. So I assume like what I've written here is just one radius bigger than very large. Alright, we need to see, we need to wait for it to release in POB before we can actually see how good or useful this thing is. And then you have Forbidden Flame and Forbidden Flesh, for which actually allocates 9 lives if you have both of them. Okay, and next up we have the new unique items. So the first one will be Call of the Void. Basically it drops from Uber Elder. Okay, I did not exactly write how useful or where can it be used from, so just have a look at them. And the second one is called Echoes of Creation. It drops from Shaper. This is basically for Warcry skills. Okay, I am not sure how good this will be. I don't know, some General Cry buff. I never really played General Cry before, so I'm not sure how good it will be. Next will be the Burden of Truth. It's a crystal belt that drops from Cyrus. I have no idea what this Supreme Decadence is. Hopefully it is something useful. Otherwise, I think this belt is actually quite trash. Yep. And next will be this that drops from Infinite Hunger and Black Star. They are the Eternal Struggle. They are actually two different amulets. Alright, Onyx amulet. You can see on the implicit they have different mods. I think this might not be all. It can be random if I am correct. So if you really want to use this amulet with a good implicit, I think it will be quite costly. Okay, and next, number 5, we have the Bloodlines and Nemesis mods from monsters are permanently removed. They are no longer in the game, okay guys? You'll no longer see like purple color highlighter mobs anymore. But if I remember correctly from the video and the Q&A, they did mention that because of the removal of all these old mods, the rare monsters now are slightly stronger. Okay, so one thing I did not include in is because Nemesis mods has been removed, right? If you guys remember or you guys played a few leagues back where this Nemesis farming was actually super goddamn popular, I think you can no longer do that anymore. Like the ones that rare Nemesis monster drops so and so currency, right? Like it's a guaranteed drop. Now there is no longer Nemesis mod, so you can no longer do that farming method. Okay, and number 6 will be the Atlas skill tree changes. Exactly what has changed? It didn't really show, so I assume that everything is still the same, just that they added in the new keystone passive into the Atlas tree. Alright, so first of all will be Dance of Destruction. Monsters in your map deal 25% more damage. Monsters in your map have 25% less life. I assume this is more useful if you are going for a tanky build and you want to clear faster. Alright, and then next will be Grand Design. Small Atlas passive skills grant nothing, but your maps have 1% increased pack size per allocated notable Atlas passive skills. Alright, so for me, my first impression on this is actually quite trash. Because when you obtain all the skill points, right, you have your full-fledged skill tree, like with almost, how many points was it? 130? Alright, at that point of time, right, you should have about 20 plus minus notable passive skills. Alright, around there. Okay, so when you have that and then you take this Grand Design, however, the small Atlas passive skills grant nothing, right? This is too taxing on the on your whole Atlas passive tree. Alright, so the reason for this is because do not underestimate all the small Atlas passive skills. All those small little stuffs like increased quantity, what else there is, maybe let's say for example Delirium, you have increased simulacrum splinters and stuff like that. All this adds up into a lot of farming capabilities from your passive skill tree. Alright, so I think this is just too taxing. I don't know, maybe some of the popular streamers might come up with something good. Okay, and next will be Singular Focus. Maps found have 200% more chance to be favored maps. and non-favorite maps found in your map drop as basic currency items instead. Okay, so there is a little bit of controversial about this. Okay, it's really super good, alright, if you want to just keep farming your favorite map. Like, example, for me, I really love to run power maps. They are just linear, it drops nurse card. So, like, I will definitely run this node if I just want to keep running tower maps. Like, I'm consistently just farming only that map. Alright, I don't want to get any other maps because, like, you know, it might be quite troublesome for me to sell away as well. But yes, that is the downside that I want to talk about. So it drops as a basic currency item. In the basic currency item pool, right, there is so many currency that is not even worth 1C, correct? So when you reach until red tier maps, you are going to drop red maps, which might cost you maybe 3 chaos or so at the start, maybe more towards the later part of the league, probably 1 month or so, your red maps will become probably 1C or something like that. So at that point of time, you can probably take this for the gamble. But other than that, in the early game, I don't see this as a very good opportunity where your favorite maps will drop more, but you get lesser currency from your other red map drops. Alright. And next will be Stream of Consciousness. Okay, so your maps cannot be modified by fragments. Your maps have 50% more base chance to contain extra content. At first glance, right, I already know this is actually not very good. Unless somebody correct me that the fragments does not include scarabs. Okay, so first of all, like I mentioned over here, cannot be modified by fragments means no scarabs. Scarabs are under the fragments category, right? So first of all, this is already very bad. And then second, 50% to add to contain extra content. So it means, right, if you don't juice those contents that you actually randomly encounter, you are going to get very shitty drops. And the extra contents, like I mentioned, they are random, right? So example, if you were to encounter unjuiced content, let's just say breach, okay, and in your skill tree you did not take any of the breach nodes, so what is going to happen is you're going to waste a lot of time in that breach killing the mobs, and probably you're not even going to encounter a boss, and you might even have lesser chance to encounter probably like Chayula. You're just going to waste a lot of time for those very, very small currency. Okay, and in the early game, right, your main objective is just to complete the atlas and passive skill tree as soon as possible so that you can start farming mid-game contents for better currencies like target or focus farming. Okay, so I actually think this is really, really bad. Next will be Twist of Fate. It's just another node that I think nobody will take. So basically, your corrupted rare maps and any atlas missions, map crafting options and scarabs applying to them are modified unpredictably when open. Okay, so the only reason I see taking this node is just for fun, like the element of surprise. Otherwise, everything is too random. Like in the pool, right, there are just too many options. So let's just say, for example, scarab. If I'm going to compare to specific ones you run that will generate good income for you. So example, if I were to take this node and then I run an Elder Scarab, right? So the randomization will be too much. Like, what are the chances that I'm going to roll for a better Scarab option? Okay, so the good ones are like, what is there? Harbinger. Yeah, there are 16 total different kind of scarabs. So like, if let's say I juice my skill tree to have, let's say, Legion, Breach, maybe Harvest, and Harbinger also, and then I throw in the Elder Scarab. Okay, so I have 4 juice kind of contents in my LS skill tree, but there are 16 different kind of scarabs. So 4 only, that's like 1/4, right? So every 4 maps I run an Elder Scarab, I'm going to get one of the options that I juice up. Okay, so technically this is like a very RNG kind of situation. Okay, so this is just an example, alright? Okay, next will be Memento Mori. The Cortex is level 85. Venarius full power is unleashed in the Cortex. I have no idea what this means. Venarius drops 3 additional rare items with 3 less common synthesized implicit modifiers. Basically, this is just Uber Cortex. Okay, I assume that Bottle Fate Gamble, yeah, you can try to farm this. I have never tried to farm Cortex ever before because I don't see how I can farm it with a good currency flow. Yeah, cause Bottle Fate, the chances of dropping Bottle Fate is about what, 1/5, and Cortex is expensive. Okay, so next will be the insatiable appetite. The absence of symmetry and harmony is level 85. Eater of World full power is unleashed in the absence of symmetry and harmony. Okay, so this is the one. The Eater of World has 25% chance to drop an additional exceptional Aldrich equal. Okay, so additional 25% chance. This is bad. This is like really bad because it means every 4 times you kill the boss, it only drops you 1. Right? So can you imagine like how many cycle do you need to run to encounter the Eater of World? I think it was, I can't remember, it's been a while since I played. 28? Yeah, it's 28, sorry. So 28, right? You just multiply that by 4. So that will be like 56 times 2 is 112. Every 112 maps you run, you're gonna get an exceptional Eldritch equal. Is that even worth it? I don't even think it's worth it. It's like so much of a waste of time. Like, in my own opinion, if you want good, consistent currency, I would just sell off the fragment that fights Eater of World. I think that will be much better. Right, so this is actually quite bad. Okay, next will be the Uber Searing. Where is it? Yeah, here. Absence of mercy and apathy is level 85. Same thing. Sorry. This is Maven. My bad. So this is Maven. The Maven drops an elevated section. Alright. So yeah, okay, my bad. So this is actually quite good because it guarantees you to drop an elevated section. Okay. In the early game, elevated sextants is actually quite expensive, if I remember correctly. So it kind of like covers you some part of your costs. For now, recently I just saw that the elevated sextant will cover about 1/3 of your Maven's Read cost. In the early game, probably will cover you, I don't know, half or 3/4. So that is like a guaranteed drop. And this is really good when you're fighting Maven. Like I mentioned, it is guaranteed to drop you 1 elevated sextant. Alright. So if you're a Maven farmer, please take this. Next will be the absence of patience and wisdom is level 85. So okay, sorry, this is the Searing Exarch one that I was talking earlier. The important thing we want to see is Eldritch currency items dropped by the Searing Exarch have 50% chance to be duplicated. So same like the Eater of World, this is actually quite bad. First of all, 50% chance for currency to be duplicated. So every 2 times you kill the boss, the currency will give you double. Correct? And this is provided it drops for you. Alright? Remember, this is provided it drops for you. So what if it doesn't drop any currency for you, then it cannot even duplicate. Right? You'll just be like, what? And if it drops for you a lower tier Eldritch currency, like the lowest tier one, I can't remember the name, and then it duplicates, it's also quite pathetic. Like, if the currency costs like 4C and then it duplicates, that's like what, 8C? Congratulations. So it's actually quite bad. Right? There's a lot of RNG involved over here. Okay, so take at your own risk. Next will be the Perfect Storm. So I think this is more towards the old Cyrus farming method. Cyrus has 20% chance to drop an Awakened Support Gem. So yeah, rejoice for those players that farmed Cyrus previously. Okay, I can't remember if it was 20% or 25% before the Atlas skill tree was actually released. Alright, but from the videos and the gameplays and some Q&A here and there, it looks like this Uber Cyrus is really, really strong. Right, this is probably one of my go-to content achievement goals for this league. Okay, and next will be Wandering Path. So notable Atlas passive skill grants nothing. 100% increase effect of small Atlas passive skill. So basically double the effect. Okay, I think this is probably the best out of all of them. Okay, like in terms of universal or generic node, this is really damn good. Because you cannot underestimate all those small passive skills, right? It grants you a lot of perks when you just combine and consolidate them. So let me just give you a few examples I've written here. The small node that gives you 1% increased quantity areas, right? So this will convert into 2% increased quantity because 100% increased effect, which means taking 5 of this, right, will result in having 10% increased quantity. Taking 10 will mean 20% increased quantity, right? So another example will be the small node that gives you 5% increased influence pack size. Alright, so this will convert into 10%, and there is a total of 8 of these nodes, right? Which means, right, you are getting 80% increased pack size. Like, what the heck? 80% increased pack size, influence pack size, okay? Don't get me wrong, it's not the whole map. It's just influence pack size. But this is just so goddamn good. Like, the first thing I can think of now, right, is because they have actually changed the Eater of World altar, which I'll mention later. But even they change it from 50% to 30%. Okay, so regardless, the 30% chance can make up for this. Like 40% to 80% increased pack size is just insane. You can just imagine the number of altar you're going to encounter in every map if you just combine these two. Like just these two alone, alright? We haven't even talked about every other things. So there are a lot of other insane things to combine with this keystone also. Some of the stuff that I noticed was like deliriums, blight, so stuff like that, like your simulacrum, splinter drops, chance of generating 3 additional rewards. I think it's actually quite low now. I don't know, I think 15% for the small nodes. And if you take this, so that's like 30%. Isn't 30% quite a lot for like 3 additional rewards for Delirium? Yeah, so this is actually really quite good. I'm looking more forward to combine this. And next will be Wellspring of Creation. Monsters in your maps deal 25% less damage. Monsters in your maps have 50% more life. So similar to Dance of Destruction, for those squishy builds that clears fast to be able to survive better, right? This is your go-to keystone. But just that I don't like, like I mentioned here, I don't like that this is 25% less damage and 50% more life, whereas Dance of Destruction was 25-25. So there's some biasness in between over here. I don't know why. Okay, and here, the Light of Dawn no longer grants Aldrich Embers found have 10% chance to be duplicated for each Searing Exarch altar used in the areas. Alright. Blah blah. So basically, right, this is the node that spawns the altar for Searing Exarch. Okay, maybe I can just open it up for you guys to see now. Give me a second. So it is this one. Is it too small? I can't make it bigger. Alright, so yeah, this is the one that they are changing. So instead of 20%, I think it's like 10% now. Am I correct? Yeah, it no longer grants Eldritch Embers found to have 10% chance to be duplicated. Alright, so it now grants 50% chance to spawn a Searing Exarch altar when the influence of the sorry, excuse me. Don't mind me not feeling well. Okay, sorry. So 50% chance to spawn a Searing Exarch altar when the influence of the Searing Exarch first appear in your map. So previously it was 20% chance. Right? See the first line? It's 50% now. Okay, next will be the Small Atlas passive skills now grants influence monster packs in areas have increased pack size. Basically they are changed to monsters packs influenced by Eater of World and in your maps have increased pack size. Oh, okay, so it's basically this one over here. All this. Right, all this. Okay. Okay, like I've written here, right, this is basically just to focus solely on Eater of World and Searing Exarch. Previously, it was abused by like Conqueror maps because Conqueror maps are considered influence as well, right? And also Shaper and Elder, yeah. Okay, so the Shadow of Hunger now grants 30% increased chance to find Eater of World. Yes, this is the one that I talked previously. It was 50% previously, so it has reduced by quite a lot now. Alright, so no more 50-50 chance, but this is still goddamn good. Alright, it is very easy method of farming. Like, they changed the mod for the altar, but we don't know exactly what they changed. I know some of the mods have been changed, like the scarabs duplicated. The one I written here, the mod that caused scarabs to be duplicated when dropped by enemy has now been replaced by Divination Cards. So your scarabs can no longer be duplicated, but they did not mention that they removed the single digit percentage that causes the influence monster to drop scarabs. So this is actually still good. Alright, you're gonna still want to put this in almost every single map you run. Like, really easy money. Okay, next 7, your Atlas map changes. So they finally removed the Doyanis Machinarium and Vinta Square for Atlas. Like, holy crap, finally. Like, the two maps are really very burdensome, troublesome, whatever you want to call it, waste of money. Like, I just don't want to do it, man. And they are expensive, right, at the start. Okay, and these are the maps that are removed from Atlas and added to Atlas. You can just view them yourself. I think the call out will be the channel, and the default cathedral will be the set one for some of them, because channel you use them to farm Tabula Rasa at the start, and then cathedral for exalt card. Was it exalt? I can't remember. I know there's a card inside that is quite good. And then maps added to Atlas will be like Welcome Back Tropical Island. Other than that, I think the rest are not very popular. Correct. And next will be the addition of new divination cards. You can now find humility card in Frozen Cabin map. Alright. Frozen Cabin map is actually quite okay to run. It's considered quite linear for me. Like, there's only one way to go. Alright. Yes, there might be rooms that you need to open up, but it's actually quite linear. Alright. Okay, so these are the new cards added in. First of all, I have no idea where they drop from. And if you scroll down, you will see, yes, there is a freaking Mage Blood card. Alright, but I think just don't bother, because it's going to be extremely rare. Probably like tier 0 rare, the same rarity as your Headhunter. Alright, so you have Simulacrum, Merciless Tornado 1. Okay, I don't know what's this. 5 Aldrich Chaos Orb. Aldrich Chaos Orb wasn't very popular. Lastly, there is some users for it, but it wasn't used as much as the other currencies, like the Aldrich currencies. Alright, so I think Aldrich Chaos Orb was the least popular one, but 3 cards only, so still quite good, I guess. Hopefully, right? Hopefully this card just drops from all those influence monsters, and then you can just imagine how it will be like farming just the Eater of World and Searing Exarch influence pack. 80% pack size. Alright, you're gonna get tons of this. This is just easy money. It will like fluctuate like crazy if it really drops a lot, provided this is not extremely rare. Okay, you have your further invention, double influence helmet. Home, exceptional gem. What is exceptional gem? Okay, I have no idea. And then you have rebirth and renewal, wing scarab. This looks good, provided you don't get some trash wing scarab. And then you have a fate worse than death 4/4 cortex. This is actually good. This is damn good, but I am assuming, right, I am predicting that this drops from the 4 bosses from that is not cortex, the one that is in I can't remember her name. What was that? The over here. The one that has the synthesis, the unique synthesis map. Right, I can't remember their name. I think it's from those bosses. And then the forward gaze replica item. I think there's too much option. The pool is too big, so don't really see much for this. From bone to ashes, Namahu's flame. Just goodbye. And Mage Blood card. Okay, don't bother if you are not some hardcore farmer. The destination. This is very interesting. Your Watcher's Eye with 2 implicit corrupted. Okay. Yes, again, the RNG is so big over here because the Watcher's Eye can have so many different set of combinations, and they didn't mention this Watcher's Eye whether it has 2 or 3 mods inside. Plus the 2 implicit corrupted is also, the pool is also very big, so you will not know what you'll get. And we also do not know this is gotten from where. Alright. And the last one will be Dungeon Master, which will give you a unique belt with double influence item. Okay. Next will be your map mod device. Tada! This is the one that I think everybody has to look out for. So let me just do a quick run through. So 3 chaos, you have Fortune the Favor, the same usual try your luck mod. 2 chaos for Breach, which gives you 1 additional breach. I think for 2 chaos, like, this is really pretty decent. Like, in the early stages of farming, right, you can just focus on breach, Chayula, and just go towards it. Alright. It's really good because the the breach nodes, right, are actually where it is. Okay, you can just go, usually you just go up and then focus on all this, right, your maps, endless completion stuff, and then you can just head towards the right side where your bridge will start branching out. Alright, the important one is definitely, of course, your Chayula and your boss, and probably this, yeah, the one that has more effect. Okay, for now I do not know where is the keystone that has 100% increased effect for small atlas, small passive nodes, but you can see that the 100% is already very good. Like for here, okay, 8% increased chance to contain a boss. You have 8, 8, 8, 8. So this is like what, 32? 32 you just times 2, it's 64%. 64% to contain a boss. That's goddamn good. Okay, and you have here 30% increased chance to beyond the Chayula. With double, this is 60% increased chance. So you see what I mean here? The small passive nodes, right, is really very incredible. Alright, this is just an example. Okay, 2 chaos, you have the was it Anarchy? I think it was Anarchy. I think I spelled wrongly. Basically your additional Rogue Exiles. Nothing good drops from Rogue Exiles anyway, other than for chaos recipe, so I think you can just ignore. Next, 3 chaos, your essence. 3 additional essence. Like, holy crap, this is so good. This is like one of the few map mods I've been waiting for. I really like essence. Why? It's because they are very easy, straightforward. Right, you see a bunch of prison monsters, you just click, tap, 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 wait for it to open, kill them, pick up, and continue. Just continue going. And the essence, at the end of the day, you can just sell the whole entire bulk to TFT. It'll give you tons of currency. Alright, and with this, right, you have 3 additional essence. I think on your passive tree you have a I can't remember. Did they give you 1? Oh, you have, imprisoned monsters have 3 additional, 15% chance to have 3 additional ones, right? So all these are super good. Oh, okay, sorry, it's here. So area contains an additional essence. So minimum, if you take them more, every map will have 4. Alright, and if you're going to farm essence, there is no, it's a no-brainer that you should not take the keystone that have 100% increased effect on small passive nodes, because the crystal resonance over here is just too good. Alright, you have duplicated essence when you have Shrieking. So this is just insane. Okay. Next will be Domination. Basically for 4 chaos, you have 4 additional shrines. Well, shrine gives you lots of packs of mobs, right? But I don't really think they will benefit as much. Like, as much as compared to your essence. Alright, maybe Breach, it might outscale Breach, but I don't know, I see how it goes. So 5 chaos, Metamorph, you have 1 additional Metamorph. Like, dude, for 5 chaos, I think I might as well get a Rusted Metamorph Scarab. So, one thing I cannot clarify over here is, if you were to use a Rusted Metamorph Scarab, and you were to use this map mod device, does that mean I can create 2 Metamorph? Okay, so this one I'm not sure. If you can create 2 Metamorph, then this makes a lot of difference. Alright, and next will be your 12 Chaos. For Harvest, you have 1 Sacred Growth. Okay guys, this is actually super good for late game farming. When you are going towards the late game, you are farming Exalts instead of Chaos, right? The compass that gives you 4 Sacred Growth actually costs about 1x plus, about more than 1x, right? So 12 chaos, right, is super cheap in a sense that all you need to do is just to take all these harvest nodes over here, right? You just need to take all the harvest nodes over here and just run your maps. You are guaranteed to have a sacred growth. The only troublesome thing is you have to post it on TFT and wait for people to come to you. Alright? Or you have to scroll TFT and see, you know, who is selling, who is buying, and stuff like that, and you have to keep them in your hideout. So not only you have to keep them in your hideout, you have to encounter a sacred growth again, which I don't think is a problem. And yeah, you can probably see a lot of endgame content farming probably on harvest. Okay, your last one will be 16 chaos delirium. You have 1 mirror of delirium. At first glance, right, I actually thought this was actually trash. Like, it was really quite bad. But with the new keystones, right, I think actually this is quite decent. You will really need to explore on this. So the reason why, right, I say this is because we are back to the small 100% increase small keystone effect again. Look, so this is 4%, 4%, additional chance to generate a reward. I think there's 3 more over here. So it's like 12. Here is 12, and here is 12, right? So that is 24, correct? So 24, if you were to double it up, that is 48% chance. That is like every 2 delirium maps you run, you're gonna have an additional reward type, right? It's a free additional reward type. That is really good. Okay, and over here you have 4% increased simulacrum splinter. So this is 12, right? There's another one here also. I can't remember. Yeah, here 4. Any more? Okay, no more. Sorry. So total of 5. There will be 20%. So you have 40% increased stack size of simulacrum splinter. Like, wow, that's really a lot. That is really a lot. Okay, so you see, right? So delirium fog in areas dissipate 5% slower. So you have 2 of them. So that makes it 20%. But okay, this is 25%. So you kind of like lose out 5%. And not only that, you need to take 2 nodes instead of 1. So this is a bit of a downside to it. And over here will be the cluster jewel, but I don't think you will need to take this. You can just take other stuff. Okay, so this is how I feel delirium goes. And the last one will be, there will be no other changes to skill, gems, characters or whatsoever. Alright, means the meta is going to be exactly the same at the league start. Skelly Mages will be definitely back on meta again. Skelly Mages is just too broken easy. Those of you that have played or have watched me play it or look at my guide, you understand it. It's just a no-brainer, easy way of playing it. I can even go until I can even farm Shaper with less than 1x Skelly Mage build. That's insane. Right? That's insane. Like, I'm just quite shocked that they are not going to touch anything on Skelly Mages. Okay? Yes, there are other builds that are strong also, but the reason why Skelly Mage is so strong is because, like I mentioned in my guide video, there is a wall in front that actually protects you, and they are invulnerable at some stage or at some point. And you know, you just have to summon them, sit back, relax, eat your popcorn, and watch the boss die. So easy. So the meta is going to be same again, just that you're going to have uber contents. So we really don't know how the uber bosses is going to be. How hard are they going to be? So let's see how. Maybe they are really hard, which actually in a way is good because it push players to push your build even further, like a very high-end mirror build or something like that. But seeing how about 30 to 50 MTPS, you can clear almost everything with ease, right? I assume at late game, when you have this kind of DPS, more or less you will need to understand the boss mechanics like in depth. You know, you need to know what to dodge. You need to know his attack patterns and stuff like that, which in a sense is really good. Alright, it pushes players to to really learn the game. It's not something where, you know, I have money, I go in, I can't die, and I kill you very easily. Like, everybody, I think that kind of gameplay will be very boring after a while. Okay, so this is really a good new challenge, just that I think many people will have a lot of mixed feelings when nothing is being nerfed or buffed in this league. Okay, yes, so that's all for this. I guess do look out for my league starter guides. I'll be posting them soon, as well as the endless skill trees. They are all on this spreadsheet also. I'm going to put all of my notes from now onwards in here, so you don't have to open so many tabs. Other than that, this LS skill tree is still the old one. I do not have the new skill tree yet, so just do look out. I think almost everything should be the same, right? Almost everything should be the same. So the only difference is the keystone. Alright, and I didn't really go and check out where the keystones are located. So let's just see how by then I'll have another video posted just for the endless passive skill tree. Thank you for watching. Feel free to comment anything in the section below or hop over to my Discord channel where casual players come over to chill, discuss more about the builds, gameplays, or even ask any other questions. Once again, if you like my contents, do remember to click the like and subscribe button. Bye!